The North Korean Foreign Ministry on Saturday slammed 2 days of talks with visiting Secretary of State Mike Pompeo as regrettable and accused the United States of making gangster-like demands on denuclearization. The statement said the U.S. betrayed the spirit of last month's summit between President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un by making such unilateral demands regarding CVID, or the complete, verifiable and irreversible denuclearization of North Korea. The spokesman for the ministry called the talks really disappointing. The outcome of the follow-up talks in Pyongyang was very concerning because it has led to a dangerous phase that might rattle our willingness for denuclearization that had been firm, according to the statement. We expected that the U.S. side would come with productive measures conducive to building trust in line with the spirit of the North U.S. Summit, and we considered providing something that would correspond to them, the spokesman said, according to the South Korean news agency, Yonhap. However, the attitude and stance the United States showed in the first high-level meeting between the countries was no doubt regrettable, the spokesman said, according to the Associated Press. The statement, issued by an unnamed foreign ministry spokesman and carried by the official Korean Central News Agency, came hours after a second day of talks between Pompeo and senior North Korean officials. Both sides said they needed clarity on the parameters of an agreement to denuclearize the Korean peninsula. The spokesman reiterated Pyongyang's call for a phased and synchronous approach, saying that it would be the fastest way to denuclearize. It would be the shortest path toward realization of the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula to boldly break away from the failure-ridden methods of the past, push for whole new approaches, and seek to resolve problems one by one based on trust and in a phased and synchronous principle, he said. It was Pompeo's third trip to Pyongyang since April and his first since last month's historic summit between Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Pompeo was meeting Kim Yong-chol, a senior ruling party official. Both men said they needed to clarify certain elements of their previous discussions, but provided no details. Pompeo left Pyongyang for Japan early Saturday afternoon, but it wasn't immediately clear if he met with Kim Jong-un, as had been expected. Before leaving Pyongyang, Pompeo told reporters that his talks with Kim Yong-chol had been productive, was carried out in good faith, and had made a great deal of progress in some areas. He stressed, however, that there's still more work to be done in other areas, much of which would be done by working groups that the two sides have set up to deal with specific issues. Unlike his previous visits, which have been one-day affairs, Pompeo spent the night at a government guest house in Pyongyang after a 3-hour dinner with Kim Yong-chol, something the North Korean official alluded to in comments as they began their talks. We did have very serious discussion on very important matters yesterday, Kim Yong-chol said. So, thinking about those discussions, you might have not slept well last night. View image on Twitter. Heather Nauert heavy checkmark at Stadium's box just before leaving Pyongyang. At Sec Pompeo gives U.S. reporters a brief readout from his meetings. These are complicated issues, but we made progress on almost all the central issues. Some places, a great deal of progress. Other places, there's still more work to be done. 5:32 p.m., July 7, 2018, 2,921 1,506 people are talking about this. Twitter adds info and privacy. Pompeo, who spoke with Trump, National Security Advisor John Bolton and White House Chief of Staff John Kelly by secure phone before starting Saturday's session, replied that he slept just fine. He added that the Trump administration was committed to reaching a deal under which North Korea would denuclearize and realize economic benefits in return. Kim Yong-chol's reference, inadvertent or not, recalled Trump's tweet after his meeting with Kim Jong-un in Singapore that the two leaders had largely solved the nuclear issue. President Obama said that North Korea was our biggest and most dangerous problem. No longer sleep well tonight. More. Pompeo vows to get details of new commitment on North Korea visit related. Trump thinks things are going well, but North Korea, others are skeptical. Kim Yong-chol later said that there are things that I have to clarify, to which Pompeo responded that there are things that I have to clarify as well. There was no immediate explanation of what needed to be clarified, but the two sides have been struggling to specify what exactly denuclearization would entail and how it could be verified to the satisfaction of the United States. State Department spokeswoman E.